Hi, I'm Dave Epstein and welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom. Today we're going to talk about some of the things you can do in your garden, even in winter. Winter's really a hard time for gardeners. You can't get outside. Often there's a lot of snow on the ground. It's too cold. But if you have days in the 20s and 30s and you're a little bit adventurous, there are some things you can do in the garden. Let me start with pruning. So in front of me here I have this microbiota. Some of you might know this is Siberian carpet grass, and it's a great ground cover. It's a part sun plant. It really starts to spread. I mean, you think about this is 5.5, 6 feet wide at this point. It was a little guy when I put it in, and it's starting to grow into the lawn. Now, the evergreen nature of the plant is great, but also it starts to grow over the lawn, which can be a problem. So this time of the year, one of the things that I can do is I can actually do a little bit of pruning of this, and I could use the greens. If it's holiday season, you could use the greens around the holidays and put them inside, make some swags with them or something like that. Or you could just put them in the compost pile or use them to protect some of your plants. If you want to use them as a winter mulch, that works real well. So here you can see the microbiota. So see the burgundy color, and look at the difference. It's amazing, isn't it? Eventually all this will turn burgundy as it gets colder during the winter, but you can really see, what's nice this time of the year is that you can see the two different shades that this plant has. So as I said, this is, growing over the lawn, and I could just do a little bit of pruning at this point. It's not a bad time of the year to do this. So I'm going to start from this end here, and I just want to look for a spot where my cut gets covered by another branch. I'm also varying where I cut. If I have a straight line, it will look funny. That's not how the plant grows. So I'm just varying where I cut the plant. So now I have all these great cuttings. I could use these just about in anything I wanted to, or I could discard them. The great thing about this is now early in the spring, this is good to start growing, and I don't have to worry about it. I've got enough to do come spring than to worry about pruning this. So that particular chore is actually done. Let me show you a couple of other things you can do in the garden in winter. All right, so I'm going to talk about what you can do and also what you shouldn't do. So here's a hydrangea. Now these are really ugly in the winter. Look at the leaves like this. These will eventually fall off in the next few weeks. And it's really tempting to cut this back, but this particular microphylla hydrangea does not want to be cut back because that bud right there is the flower bud for the upcoming spring. If I were to prune this back, then I would lose that flower bud and it would not flower. So if you're having trouble with your hydrangeas flowering, you may be pruning in the winter, and that's not a good thing. So behind the hydrangea, we've got this grass. Now, I happen to like the grasses during the course of the winter, but if they do get kind of floppy, like the one right here, you can't really see it, but what you can do is you can cut those back. So you can take out some parts of the grass, and you could again put this in a vase if you wanted to, or just discard it, put it in the compost pile, or use it as a mulch. So grasses can also be cut back. If the ground is open, cut them right down to the ground. You might like the look of the Hackanachoa grass or even the toad lily, which is sort of standing up, but I really don't. It's sort of getting floppy. The grass next to it looks nice. It's a little more compact. I like the way it looks in the winter, but this is getting a little messy. So, there's no reason in the winter, on a day like this, you can't just go through and cut it. I look at it this way. This has to be done before it starts growing again. I might as well get some of it done now. So you can see, even though it's winter officially, that we still can do plenty of things in the garden. It saves us some time in the spring, and things look really nice in the season that really is the dominant season in much of New England. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.